Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and yesterday was a screwed up day. Getting up at 3 a.m. and traveling and everything like that. And guess what? Just like in school, I had my lunch eaten by recess, and then I was hungry. Oh, my day was so screwed up with naps and everything. And then I forced myself to stay awake till 11 o'clock so I could go to beddy by. If I went to bed earlier, I'd be up earlier and wandering around through the middle of the night. So I made sure to watch a movie with boobies to relax. Yes. And this morning we woke up to +8, but feels like +6. And then on the yo-yo scale, +47 Fahrenheit, but feels like +45. Yes. All right. Oh, yes. I'm sore and tired. And the gong show fire. The wind got up yesterday after we got back, but that's why we went early, so we could, have windless flights or whatever. Ooh, the dogs are getting excited. So then we get back, the wind got up, and then the staff was telling me the gong show forest fire was going. Yes, she could see the smoke when she brought my supper. Unreal. I think 30 years ago, when I came to WHO-ville, there wasn't any of this, drama. Mining companies starting forest fires, lodges making a mess everywhere in the wilderness. Yes, and a lodge wouldn't have 4 items sunk in the middle of the lake and all over the place and leave a mess in the middle of the road. Because people back then, 30 years ago, had common sense. But in a new world, everybody is kind of brain dead or something. I just can't figure it out. No one has common sense. Everybody wants to be a drama queen. Yes, a drama queen. Creating problems, and there's no need. It's called common sense. You, do it properly, and you don't have to worry about people complaining that you made a mess and everything like that. And also, too, the staff did excellent flying the drone, because she's a YouTube drone operator. Yes, watch the videos from Jesse's drones and then goes out and flies the drone. But that DJI Mini 4 Pro is an excellent machine to fly. I'm not allowed to fly because I'll crash it. Yes, I know I'll crash it. That's the problem. That's one of the problems when you have a drinking problem. Yes, you crash a lot of things. Yes. Oh, I don't know why. All right, no wood stove smoke today, but today we have to get Thor ready and get cleaned up behind the house because we got to haul some water. Yes, we're doing it a month early because we live in fear of the gong show mining forest fires, guys, whatever. Unreal. So we'll have to do that today. It'll be a slow day, relaxing. Plus, we have to refresh the carburetor on the 48 Chevy sedan delivery. I was quite confident going 30 miles out and 30 miles back in a car that's 76 years old because there's no computer. Only the satellite speedometer. Yes, it wasn't acting up or giving us problems. It was telling us we were maintaining a speed of 60 kilometers an hour. All right, the squirrels are running all over the place. Where's Jack? And that woodpecker's back. Unreal. It's a Monday morning in the kingdom, and we're going to have fun with beverage. Oh, I better go. Here comes the boss.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 10 a.m. and I'm finally rolling out of bed. I am dragging my butt today, still pretty tired from our early morning adventure yesterday. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, then I can make breakfast. At 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what we're doing this afternoon.
Okay, Monday after morning coffee, and this is what I was doing last evening. Yes, I'm tired, dead tired, and kind of beveraged, and I'm putting plastic or tarpaulins over the windows because the woodpeckers are just going nuts. So you just come out and add more and more plywood. We had to do it to the other caboose. Unreal. These guys are annoying. We might have to drag these cabooses over here to be beside Jack's nest, and then maybe that'll take care of Mr. Woodpecker. Being Canadian, we can't come out, with a firearm, as they'd say, and blow the little bastard out of the sky because we're Canadians. All we can do is throw rocks and Tim Horton donuts at them. Also, too, it's Monday, so we're doing all our Sunday things, like clean your vacuum and everything like that. I've already raked the dog pens over there, and we missed the video of the helicopter for forest firefighting heading that way with a bucket underneath the water bucket. So they're going out to the gong show mining to show them boys how to put a fire out. Yes, how to put a fire out. Yes, this is going to be, quite expensive for the mining company. They might be over budget, seems how they have no gold, so they might close the mine before it even starts because they burned it down. Oh, well. Okay, since I was raking the dog pens, I cleaned up the debris over here. So it's got some curb appeal. Yes, curb appeal. So when Google Earth flies over, they can see how clean the yard is. And then over here, I hand raked and shoveled the last little bit into the tote there. Yes, got her done, looking good. Oh my, I have such talent. And look at the flags. They're a tangled mess. That'll be me later, because now my back hurts. Okay, I emptied the tub and I put it over there because we can't have debris around the hydro pole, because if anything goes wrong, there'll be sparks coming out of the top of that and falling down, and that's how a fire starts. Trust me, I know. So over here we parked the loader back in its spot. That way it gets the morning sun, plus the electrical cord there for those cold mornings in August when we have to plug it in to get it to start and run. Look at the yard, it's tidied up. Now we got the yard. Oh, that's looking good. All right, let's continue the quest, seeing how it is Sunday on Monday for us. So we're going to burn some bacon and eggs. Yes, bacon and eggs.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. I'll be having my leftover chicken dinner from last night, so let's head inside and let the dogs out. The sun is pretty warm right now, but of course it is getting windy out here. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 15 degrees Celsius, which is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. You can have the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. It's actually supposed to start raining at some point, so let's head inside and get ready and go over to the kingdom. 1 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like we're going to be cleaning up the back where the long trailer was and move a few things around with the mini. So let's head on back there. I have to grab my bin and my tongs so that way I don't have to bend over to pick up little pieces of wood. This is our Sunday, so we'll be a relaxing day. In behind the house, and my dad has the mini hooked onto the back of the long trailer. That way when he's cleaning it out, it doesn't tilt forward. Once it's emptied out, we'll hook Laverne up to it and move it out of the way. I'll walk up and show you guys. Not much left. Didn't take us very long. We were able to get the long trailer to empty out, no problem. There wasn't much left in it, but we did a quick little rake and got the last little bit out. Now my dad will get Laverne started and bring it around, then we can hook onto the long trailer and pull it out of the way. Got the long trailer moved. As you can see, it is pretty rough in the yard. Poor Laverne was bouncing back and forth over all those rocks. Now we can head in behind the house and get on the mini and pull all the small core and wood around and fluff everything up, and we can cover that big rock. 1:30, and now I'll get on the mini and start pulling all this stuff back. I have to pull it all back until these big rocks right here, and then this will be nice and smooth. My dad's gonna grab the loader and move this tote out of the way. Fluffed it up with the mini a little bit, and as you can see, it's not frozen, so my dad got Communist Cat started. It has the straight blade and the fast hydraulics, so we're going to use that to push all this over onto our little road there. He's going to go grab a fire extinguisher just in case anything happens. 2:30 and we pretty much got it flattened out. We are gonna let this side over here thaw out, and then once the Screaming Ford is moved, all that stuff will go where it's parked. Now I'm gonna head up and do the mail and see what else we're doing today. Almost 3 p.m. and I just made back from checking the mail. There was 3 packages today. There was this one, and that one. We have some batteries. These are for the iPhone, but my dad got the wrong port. As you can see here, those are supposed to be lightning like this one, so we'll have to send these back. And then we have some chargers for my Me phone. Down at the shop, and it looks like my dad is working on the 48 sedan delivery, so I'm officially done in the kingdom. I'll grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 4:35 p.m.
Okay, that was great fun smoothing out the backyard and covering that rock. I've had a love-hate relationship with that rock for almost 30 years. We finally covered it up. All right, so we got the hood open on the 48 sedan delivery. I checked oil, everything is good. So the big trip on Sunday, 4 hours out in adventure in the wilderness. Yes, south of town, southwest, yeah. All right, so we're having problems with this carburetor. It'll probably needs a refresh. Oh, we should mention, first thing we did when we got the truck, or the car, was put an HEI in, new plugs, new wires, new everything, and stuff like that. We never even tried starting it with the old, Pointing condenser in it, because it sat for 32 years. So over here, we did a carburetor refresh. We just put a kit in it or whatever. So there we are. So let's take that carburetor off. We'll better take some pictures on how it hooks up so we remember, and get on this, because it probably just needs a refresh. Yes, just a good cleaning. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and I had to know. Yes, I had to know. Look at that. We popped the carburetor apart. It was 2015. We did a refresh. And look at the garbage or debris or gunk and stuff, which is not bad for the new gas of today. But again, we're always running that 2-stroke oil. All right, let's clean this out, let it soak. And then after coffee, we can clean it out or refresh it some more. Okay, I also added some 2-stroke oil because everything was dry in the carburetor. We had been adding 2-stroke, but we probably didn't put enough because we actually went to the gas station and filled up. So over here we found the problem. It was garbage. Carburetor was gummed up, and this is the seat. There's the needle. Okay, that needle has a little spring in it. Can we see that, Les Nesman? Look at that. And it's not a rubber thingy on the bottom, so basically it was flooding out. That's what was happening. So I got the kit for the 39 Chevy snow truck, and it had a needle and seat in it that I didn't use on the other one. It was a rubber rubber end on the end, and it didn't have the spring and all that kind of crap. So that's why you never throw any of these kits out. And I set the float height according to the thing. I counted up to 9. Yes, at 9, because this is what it says over here is 9. Yes, look at that, 216. Yeah, and it's even got pictures. Yeah, so you can look at it. All right, now we got to change the headlight, because we found out yesterday on low beam we had no headlight on the one side. That's in violation of the Motor Vehicle Act. Okay, this is just like a relaxing Sunday. The American hot rods. Yes, take your Sunday afternoon off, work on your car in your driveway and everything like that. So it's kind of nice. We got brass screws that hold the ring on, and then you had a stainless steel screw that hold that on, so it came apart pretty easily. I double checked, works on high and low beam. Yes. Oh, the joys of working on classic cars. It all works out. I'm not banging on the computer box trying to make the headlights come on. Yes, oh, the joys.
My dad just went by with the 48 sedan delivery. He did a little tweaking on it and it gave it a quick service. It sounds a lot better.
Okay, the staff recorded that drive by her house. Yes, I had to keep driving because the ladies were waving. All right, so we came back here after a little test drive, let it run and idle. No black smoke out of the exhaust stacks, so nobody will think it's a diesel motor. All right, so for us to go on a little adventure on Sunday with the drone, we threw these extra tools in. Yes, these extra ones, because the quad is metric. So that's a metric kit, and then we didn't know about the floor jack, everything like that, or the wheel nuts or anything, so we grabbed that. All right, so this is the standard equipment you carry up here in the north. You have to have your triangles, because when you break down, people run into your car because they're drunk. And we carry lots of lube and stuff like that, because it's not just for us, it's always somebody broke down on the side of the road. So the 48 sedan delivery has the gas tank over here, and that was a big empty space. So we cut the floor and made a cubby hole, and that's the original toolbox my dad had. I was a wee lad with blonde hair, and I painted it gray for him. Yes, he was so pleased that I painted it and made a mess. I splashed the paint everywhere. Yes, so he was kind of not happy, because he was, how would you say, you do it right or you don't do it at all, whereas us, we get it done. We don't make a list and not finish the project. So I just wanted to check to see what was under here, to make sure we have all the tools for any projects or anything like that we don't have to carry. All right, so the vehicle is quite roomy, but I wish this back window would crank down like a station wagon, and we could have air movement, and then it wouldn't be so hot in there. Oh wait, painting it black might have helped too. Okay, back in 2015 when the vehicle arrived, it had masking tape everywhere because it was at the body shop for 5 years. So what we did was put toggle switches and gauges down below and a master switch. We weren't too worried about, how would you say, the ignition, because keys up here are pointless. It only keeps an honest thief out. All right, so what we did was painted black the day it arrived, and we also covered up the holes because a lot of this stuff was taken off at the body shop. So like it was already de-chromed. It was in primer, and it was at the body shop. An icicle fell on the roof in 1974. That's why Dad bought it, because the guy gave up. So they cut a hole in the roof here for a VW sunroof. Like these guys are the flower childs of the 60s. So in 1979, 80, they're cutting a hole in it. So this thing sat inside all its life, 5 years at a body shop, and then inside the shop at the Alexander at the Pink House, and then a shipping container. So when it arrived, we put it in the shop. That's an 85 Chevy square body hood. We put it on. That was it. Silicone and screw nailed it down so we can, how would you say, drive it. Yes, and we can leave it outside. And we painted it black the day it arrived. So this thing sat for 32 years with this tape on it. It was at the body shop. All Dad had to do was spend $3,000 on it like I did, and 3 weeks later we're driving it, okay? So that's why it was basically de-chromed, and we don't like chrome up here. All right, so everything came in this thing. Dad never really organized everything. He put everything in coffee containers, tubs, or whatever. And then after his death, how would you say, everybody goes by to help Mother, right? Because she's the widow, so they're going to help her get ready for the big estate sale with 250 vehicles, I mean collectibles or junk or whatever, and everybody got into it. So when the car arrived, it was stuffed right full in the back with other items and parts like you wouldn't believe. But we didn't get the roof off of a 48 four-door sedan car that Dad had cut, and it was behind the shop, and I requested it that the roof come so we could fix the roof, right? So what we did was paint it and organize everything. So we sat it down as we took everything out of the vehicle. We bagged it. So this was all the door notches, everything like that. Okay, so some of this stuff, like that's got to be for a sedan delivery with a sedan with a trunk. Okay, so we didn't know if these key locks worked, but the dead giveaway, there's 3, and this one's an oddball for the sedan delivery door on the back. Okay, because here's the trunk lid one here. There it is there. So we had the keys. All right, so today I found these pieces and the keys fit. So the keys are color coded now, dark gray, light gray, so the keys work. Also too, look at this, black velvet, and that's a booze, right? Beautiful smooth whiskey. When I think of black velvet, I think of Alana Miles in the 80s singing that song Black Velvet with her voice. It was so sexy back then, and it's still sexy today. But see, I am organized. Everything gets a bag written on so I can find it. I spend more time looking for the bag, but it was in Trader 7, exactly where I put all the sedan delivery parts. All right, we're done for the day. Let's pack up, and then we can enjoy some beverage because we found the keys. Now we can lock up the sedan delivery so we can make a road trip now. Yes, we can go to the shopping mall and, how would you say, lock it up and go inside and hang out and be cool with the other kids. Oh, the other old timers that are walking around.
This is my intro to yesterday's video. While we were out at Fox Mine, I took the not GoPro, which is an Insta360 Ace Pro, and I Did a couple videos coming back from the lake to the 48 sedan delivery. They are just test videos, so we wanted to see how everything worked out. I had it on my chest right here, so there was no movement or shaking around. Now in the next couple videos, you'll see the first one is a normal speed. The other ones we sped up, that way you get an idea. 4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 19 degrees Celsius, which is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. As you can see from my weather board, it's starting to get windy out there, and looks like there's a storm rolling in. So let's head inside and let the dogs out, get supper ready, and end my day.
Okay, end of the day. I have no idea what the time is. I didn't check. I'm not too concerned, but the yard's looking good. It's drying up nice. Yes, tomorrow we got to haul some water, hopefully, if we're sober. And the little black trailer, they're looking good. The fancy trailer. Well, it's not the fancy trailer anymore. It's just the little black trailer. All right, the fuel slip tanks look good. Everything looks good. He's doing these little things really makes it a nice, relaxing day. Plus, the 48 Chevy sedan delivery is good for another trip. Yes, we lost the headlight and we got the carburetor set after all these years. That's a minor detail. All right, there we go. The flags are a tangled mess. All right, let's go walk the dogs and enjoy some beverage and make a video. Talk to you later.